Minions and Monsters actually kind of rocks. And if you want a short review of it without listening to me yap about it, here are my quick thoughts. It's a creative film. It has good animation. It's kind of like a Hollywood throwback, but with minions. And if you're looking for something funny to watch, if you're looking for something fun to go see as a family film, I think it's definitely worth the ticket price. If I were to grade it, I would give it a B plus. I really enjoyed it. And if you want my longer thoughts, here's what I got. So the movie is basically like a throwback to Hollywood and, kind of the foundation of Hollywood. We see, talking pictures, right? Talkies become a thing. But for the Minions, the story really starts earlier, and they travel around the world looking for the most evil master, the most evil person to work for, and you have a couple of minions that they want to be filmmakers, they love creativity, and they keep up ruining it for everybody. Every evil person they find, they end up messing it up somehow until they end up in Hollywood by accident. Now, they're initially mad that they crashed their movie, but eventually realize, much like modern studios have realized, that the Minions are a cash cow and people love seeing them. And they become this big sensation, the talk of the town, the biggest part of Hollywood, until the talking pictures become a thing, and they're not really popular anymore, mostly because, as we all know, the Minions cannot talk. Now, true Minion fans can understand what they're saying, but back then, obviously, they cannot figure it out. So they end up leaving, they look for more masters to find, but a couple of the Minions, they use a spell book to bring monsters to the universe. They bring some monsters back, and there's a little green monster voiced by Trey Parker from South Park, and if you're familiar, he's basically doing the voice that's Kyle's cousin that comes to visit them in a couple of episodes. That's what the voice reminds me of. I don't know if that's exactly what they were going for, but I can't hear it and not think, help you guys with your movie. It's so fun. But, and the monsters kind of end up having a little bit of an evil agenda, and the Minions have to come together to take the monsters down and save everyone. And, I like creativity. I always say my number one thing with movies is creativity. I like when you can come up with stuff that I wouldn't just say I wouldn't have thought of, but just come up with stuff that's fun and enjoyable. And some of the jokes were really good too. The jokes were funny, I thought, on a kid level and on an adult level. And I thought that the animation looked really good too. The collars looked really good. They pop on screen, but it doesn't look too like CGI-ish, where it's the point where it's like there's no life in the animation. I think that's something people like, is there being a little bit of life in the animation, even if it's not necessarily like perfect. But all in all, like I said earlier, guys, I think B plus on this movie. I really enjoyed Minions and Monsters, probably more than I thought I would. This wasn't a movie I was looking at like, oh, I'm super hyped. I mean, I love the Minions, but I didn't know what to expect going in, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it's just an hour and a half too. It doesn't take too long, and I had seen that it does take the monsters a little bit to show up, obviously, but I don't mind that. I think it makes them a little bit more fun as characters, and I really love the throwback Hollywood stuff, the classic films. I think it's a great way to get kids and adults that probably don't know about film history, that don't know about how movies started, to get them interested in the subject, and I think it did a really good job of that. But guys, B plus. I enjoyed this movie. If you're looking for something fun to watch, I do think it's worth going and seeing in theaters. That's all I got for now. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe, follow for more, whatever you want to do. Thank you.